recording next podcast about implementing the development of entrepreneurship competence model to non-entrepreneurship course. I am Marianne Kallaste from Tallinn University of Technology, and I'm teaching entrepreneurship. And today with me is Maris Zernand-Vilson, who is teaching management and leadership. And she has implemented one sub-competence as part of her course syllabus. So, Maris, please first let us know a little bit about yourself and what is the course all about?
Hello. So I'm teaching several management subjects in this University of Technology here. And the course we are talking today about is the management and leadership. I think I have been teaching more than 10 years this kind of courses. And I implemented this to the first year business administration bachelor course.
Okay.
And this was the international course. So I had participants from different countries. And I implemented it in exercise class, we call, or seminar. So it was kind of more interactive class. I tried to use it there.
Okay, and what was the sub-competence?
The sub-competence I chose was the autonomous motivation. So as there was big selection of them, and I decided to take this one.
Yeah.
So we will tell more, like how did I choose that? Yes.
Yes, we will. But I was wondering that what the topics overall you cover during this management.
Still, yeah. Yes. The topic I was taking is the motivation, as I had already motivation included, and this is the important part of leadership, I would say. And I think all of time I had just motivation, and the focus was more on like how to motivate other people. But now was a chance to turn it more to yourself and think about your own motivation as well.
How did you, why did you feel that you would like to upgrade the approach to motivation?
True, yeah, I took it as upgrading, as I do like, I had prepared this topic of motivation for my seminar and also lecture classes quite a long time ago. I was using one case there that is quite interesting. I think it was working well, but I think all teachers or professors who have been using kind of long time kind of course, they might be on one side quite confident what they are doing. And somehow we are in the comfort zone doing the things in a way, but now there was chance. It was kind of a little bit like the challenge. Would you like to renew it? Maybe the first reaction would be like, no, I'm all fine, so I wouldn't take. But I decided to take, as colleagues in this group were encouraging very well, so I decided to renew. And I still remind the good things like this case. But we started now in this class, in the renew class, with this autonomous motivation as the concept of it, like discussing it, testing, and as there was chance also to evaluate yourself and compare yourself with others. So this was the way we did it, and why I think it's you need to renew your topics. Even they are classical, they are very good. You still have to do it somehow, and this was the good opportunity, I think.
So when we talk about motivation, autonomous motivation, whether motivating yourself or others, how was it for you? What kind of activities you had to do in order to incorporate autonomous motivation to our classes?
Yeah, to think back now, it was last study year. To think back, it started from the working group we had as my colleagues from the entrepreneurship department or branch or field, I would say, were inviting me to the discussion. There was the introduction of the whole competency model, and actually they let me to choose which would I take. And what was very good, they had prepared already kind of study materials. There was very good background information about the topic, and there were some hints what we can use, which videos we can use there, which tests we can do, what could be the topics of discussion. So always kind of founding was there. But I couldn't take it one by one there, but this gave me good inspiration. And starting from that, I started investigating, like, for example, what kind of international insight I can have there. So I was using the TEDx talk. There also Tesi was speaking about it. So it was not just only me speaking, but some videos were there. And based on that, then I added some angles from my course. We started step by step thinking about my own motivation, then the others' motivation, and then look at the group's motivation. What's important in the management course.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to hear, maybe when I summarize that you found the guidelines being quite useful.
They were.
And nevertheless you use the material you already have as well. So you mix and match these things. Can I ask, because we know that preparing classes takes a long time and preparing new material even more. So can you approximately say how much time or other resources you had to?
Yeah, as you are teaching also, it would be interesting. Like I've heard somebody has said that it's normal to have like 6 times longer time than it's your class for the preparation if you have kind of new topic. Usually I do, and I'm not thinking like how long it takes, but I think this time it took me about 4 hours to prepare this class, like to just add extra information. But now when I'm reminding that, I think it was good experience because I faced myself with this autonomous motivation, thinking in middle of this process, like, is it like I chose that? Or my colleagues said that you have to do it. And so I was between that, and this was good example also to describe to the students in the way. So I just didn't prepare it somehow like theoretical topic, but I got my own personal experience from that.
So you grew yourself as well.
True,
and
true.
educated yourself.
But what is your experience about the length of preparing the classes?
I always imagine that it is 3 times more, but I believe it is actually more. 3 times per the class.
But still in current case, I didn't have to start from the zero, as a really good input was provided. And I would say that kind of psychological kind of support from the colleagues, from the group was there. So when I was thinking that I'm suffering now, then I thought that after the class I can go and complain to my colleagues how difficult it was.
Yeah, and instead you just came to inspire others.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know, like how it turned this way, but yeah.
Okay, now let's turn to student side. So how did the students react to this new approach? Because you can compare previous approach you did in the classroom. And
it might be that this is also my own reaction, as I was already quite passionate about this topic by preparing, and so I could continue my passion in the classroom. But still they were taking really nice, and something I didn't expect, like for example when we were discussing the whole concept of this autonomous motivation, where does it come, this self-actualization, and we were looking or watching this TEDx talk by Tesi. Then one student from Germany said, or it was kind of discovering, but wow, I had kind of reading so much about him, I had been kind of listening, but I never thought that there is the real man behind that. And this was something that rose the energy also. But I think today it works. It's especially in the management course also. We are not speaking like something theoretically happens when you manage, but you think about yourself. You make kind of in the seminar room the experiment about yourself. So, and I think by adding this sub-competency to my course, I made this topic more kind of personal. It was more touching them. It was not kind of theoretical issue anymore.
I'm so glad to hear that. I experienced that myself during the classes. So would you recommend the implementation of this entrepreneurship competence model also to your colleagues who are not entrepreneurship teachers?
For sure, because I think this entrepreneurship is, actually I've been in discussion with my colleagues, like, is it possible to learn entrepreneurship? And maybe it's not kind of decision that I will become and I go to study and university makes me entrepreneur. But the way how you have decided that we add the sub-competencies to the different courses, to the different programs, And anyway, maybe you will be a specialist in like business administration generally, but through these sub-competencies, you feel that, wow, I have that skill, I can improve that, or I was enforcing this sub-part of being entrepreneurs. Because it might be one day, as my kid yesterday was telling, that I'm not going to earn money to somebody else, but I want to earn just myself. And this is the way you need to be the entrepreneur. And this is the nice way how we are doing it, kind of smooth way in different courses. And I enjoyed also very much that there is opportunity to cooperate with colleagues. So there are not many chances to like discuss how your colleagues are doing the things. We are so much dedicated, everyone to our own course, but this group is, I hope we continue also after that. We have implemented these different sub-competencies. We continue somehow the cooperation also.
Yeah. So what is your plan for the future regarding the competence model?
Yes, definitely. Like as actually that I would say that three big parts, as there are four parts together, three parts are very much connected to my management leadership course. And one by one I'm taking of them. And I think one challenging was, and just thinking now, maybe first I have to work with myself also, it was leading or managing the emotions.
Oh, okay.
Was that maybe this will be the next one, because as I experienced that I was improving or developing somehow myself also. So this will be the next challenge. I need to first grow myself, and then I can grow the students as well. So definitely I will do it.
That's really good approach. So this suppose part of this self-management. Competence.
Yeah, this was part of self-management, but as there was true, like the planning that is directly connected to me. So I would say maybe my course is very directly connected, but let's take any kind of marketing or any other courses. Definitely, there are the skills you need. There are the sub-competencies that are very much supporting, like implemented this subject. So I would suggest to the others, and I will go myself also with them.
Thank you, Maris, for that discussion. I hope it encouraged also you who listened to us to implement the entrepreneurship competence model as a part of your syllabus, and therefore enrich students' learning experience as well. You can find the guidelines and more information about the competence model at the BeComE website. Thank you, and see you next time.
And thank you, Marianne.